Football rarely pauses for breath, and when it moves brutally fast. Just as Manchester City appeared poised to land one of Europe's most devastating attackers, Arsenal stormed in and pulled off what could be the signing of the decade. In a stunning twist, the Gunners snatched Brazilian superstar Rodrygo from Real Madrid, leaving City stunned, furious, and searching for answers. For weeks, reports from Spain hinted that Rodrygo's future at the Bernabeu was no longer guaranteed. Despite his clutch performances on the biggest stages, Real Madrid's evolving project began to limit his role. Manchester City saw an opportunity. Pep Guardiola identified Rodrygo as a perfect fit, technically elite, tactically intelligent, and lethal in transition. Everything pointed toward the Etihad. Until Arsenal changed the script. While City dominated the headlines, Arsenal worked in silence. Mikel Arteta personally stepped in, presenting Rodrygo with more than money or trophies. He offered purpose. At Arsenal, Rodrygo would not be another rotating star. He would be central to the project, a leader in a young squad built to rule both England and Europe. Negotiations moved swiftly. Arsenal met Real Madrid's demands without hesitation and offered Rodrygo terms that reflected complete faith in his ability. By the time Manchester City realised Arsenal was serious, panic had set in. Improved bids followed, but the damage was done. Rodrygo had already bought into Arteta's vision. The deal was sealed. City were left watching from the sidelines. The impact of this signing cannot be overstated. Rodrygo brings elite Champions League experience, composure under pressure, and tactical flexibility that elevates Arsenal's attack to a new level. He can dominate either wing, drift centrally, and exploit defensive weaknesses with devastating precision. Paired with Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal's front line becomes one of the most feared in Europe. This is no longer a promising attack, it is a complete one. More importantly, the signing sends a message. Arsenal are no longer developing contenders, they are assembling champions. Snatching Rodrygo from Real Madrid and beating Manchester City to his signature marks a decisive shift in the Premier League's balance of power. Manchester City fans have reacted with disbelief. Losing a player of Rodrygo's caliber is painful. Losing him to Arsenal cuts even deeper. Guardiola now faces the reality of watching a generational talent thrive under a rival's banner while scrambling for alternatives. From Madrid's perspective, the sale made financial sense, but even insiders admit Arsenal's emergence as the final destination was unexpected. That alone speaks volumes about the club's transformation. This transfer isn't just a signing, it's a statement. Arsenal didn't wait their turn. They didn't settle for leftovers. They took what they wanted. Rodrygo is a gunner. Manchester City are in tears. And the Premier League has been put on notice.